You might, you might know that I've talked about Mario 64 a lot recently. It's because there's a brand new mystery going around in the Mario 64 community saying that every copy of the game is personalized to the player. This personalization aspect is something that has only gotten known about ever since the end of May of 2020. I found out about this on June 10th of 2020. July 10th. So many mysteries have been floating around about this, such as the Wario apparition, which when you go into the Dire Dire Docks in Second Bowser Hallway, you can see a giant Wario head appear outside of the Dire Dire Docks room. What? What?
Hello.
Every copy of Mario 64 is personalized. Why did Nintendo want to make such an insane work of a human creation? Why are they gonna let the game do whatever it wants without control? Nobody knows why yet. We don't even know if this is actually a thing. But if it is, Nintendo has a huge backlash for what they've done. And maybe some people are gonna start going to other companies like Sega, or PlayStation, or Xbox. They used to be big contenders for Nintendo, and now are just a little less popular for all gaming history. Nintendo is the most popular and most successful gaming company ever created. So why will they make such a bad creation if people will one day find out it's actually a thing? Why are people gonna not even know that this is actually a thing until 2020, 24 years after the game came out? Why did Nintendo don't want try to make something that might throw people off of the game? Why is Wet Dry World so nuts? All of this and more is going to have a brief explanation in this new video. I watched one of the people that made the Mario 64 iceberg thing to begin with, so I'm just going to take some of the information that was brought up in that video. And with all that said, let's begin with every copy of Mario 64 is personalized lore and see if we can think if any of it has legitimacy. Legitimacy, holy crap! Let's dive into the topic right now. Now first, I want to go over some stuff that kind of doesn't make sense to me, but is what was put into one of the creators of the Mario 64 iceberg, which his name is Steph. Basically, he mentioned in his video, now, if you research the early pre-releases of the game, you might see some beta versions of the Penguin characters in the game. The Penguin characters will approach you in your dreams. And you have to look down and not even acknowledge their existence. If you acknowledge their existence and you say hello, they'll talk to you. It's described that they have a horrible screeching noise as a voice. It's not usual sound either. You should not approach these in your dreams, because they'll talk to you for about at least a day. It will be torture for you to hear that horrible screeching noises for a long time, especially if you already have bad hearing. because that would just probably make it feel even worse. It's insanely weird how awful their voices described to be. But in the final game, they are described with having cute voices. So why on planet Earth would they have horrible screeching noises for voices? It's not explained, but still, every copy. But still, don't research the 1995 beta, because you will hear those horrible screeching noises, and that's for sure. Not exactly relating to a lot of this video, but I wanted to mention and at least highlight what's been going on Twitter pretty recently about Mario 64. There's been a theory saying that Mario 64 is a Freemasonic digital ritual. And basically, this was created by some Twitter user that I forgot the name of back around December 19th, 2018. I'm only going to go over one example because I want to touch on the Wario aberration and the 1995 builds. But his description for some stuff is, I'm just going to go over what he said for Bomb Bomb Battlefield. Basically, you have to climb up a mountain to throw a king. Now, this is a simple trope. You have to go onto the mountain to fight King Baba. And after you defeat him, he's not on the top anymore. Heck, the second star in the game, Foot Race with Koopa the Quick, there's a pole where he stood. There is literally so too much time to go over all of it, so yeah. Anyway, on to the next thing. What Dry World is a brain? There's been a theory that Wet Dry World is just a simulation of the human brain and its functions. And while I'm describing this, I'm also going to briefly touch on the negative emotional aura of Wet Dry World. Basically, it's said that Wet Dry World is a simulation of the human brain and its functions, and there's a hidden brain diagram in the game. The brain isn't hidden in the game though. It's literally the level. Wet Dry World is actually a simulation of human brain and its functions, mainly with its water movement and you being able to control the water level. Since you're able to control the water, you're kind of able to control its functions, similar to how you're able to control your own brain by thinking your thoughts. Since you're able to change how you think of it, then it's gonna be easier. It's gonna easily be able to. What am I saying? Oh yeah. It's gonna basically easily be able to have its own way of movement. So practically, Wet Dry World is a simulation of the human brain. There's also a brain picture that is in the files for the game. Some people speculate that it's the original painting of Wet Dry World. Others say that also, but that it was one of the side painting. It was the side paintings that were right next to the main painting for Wet Dry World. And now, let's briefly touch on the 1995 beta in the July 29th. The 1995 July 29th beta in the Wario operation. I already kind of mentioned it at the beginning of the video, but honestly, the Wario operation is said to be this insanely scary thing that will cause stroke-like symptoms in whoever beholds its power. There have been hundreds of videos on the internet now that are literally Wario chasing Mario in plush form. I've literally made 2 or 3 videos on this subject. In fact, one is already above 100 views. So I guess Wario wants to show you fun. It's said to be in the Dire Dire Docks room, and it's supposed to come out of the portal to Dire Dire Docks, and then go, or it comes out of the hole from that you need to jump into to enter Bowser in the Fire Sea. So many people have different envisions, and there's several versions of Wario chasing Mario around on the internet. When you're watching this YouTube video, I'm at my dad's house, so I'll link three videos of the Wario operation. You might have watched one of them already. Heck, I even made a compilation of all the videos that I thought were pretty high quality and pretty good. And one of them is gonna appear in the description of this video, so check it out if you haven't checked out my Every Copy of Mario 64's personalized compilation video. Finally, the 1995 July 29th beta. It's said to be this cursed version of the game. That was the beta that had all of the personalized data like the final game does. It's said that people that watch this video do not research the early pre-releases of the game. Again, because the penguin characters can give you bad headaches, and Wario might also show up in your dreams. Also, maybe show up in your reality to kill you. Do not research the July 29th, 1995 beta. It's for your own risk. Honestly, you can do whatever you want. Just do not research the July 29th, 1995 beta game. You'll be putting yourself at risk. Now, what's the final thing that I should mention? Every copy of Mario 64 is personalized, meaning that there's a special AI that makes every cartridge different. But there's one more question you might be asking. Why did Nintendo make such a bad product that isn't safe for human beings? Well, we don't know yet. One day, we might be able to have the answer on why Nintendo made such an evil work of human creation. Why did they make a game that can't even be controlled by the game creators? Why did they make such a demonic game? Nobody knows yet. Maybe nobody will. But just saying, every copy of Mario 64 is personalized. Goodbye.